The world of video games is just full of surprises. Video games come in all different shapes and sizes, and to be honest, there's quite a lot that we don't even know about or probably haven't heard. And in today's video, I'm going to be exploring different sorts of games that haven't got the recognition they deserve, or just weren't as popular as other titles. And in this video, I can actually say I was pleasantly surprised by the age-old genre of the point-and-click games. Yes, point-and-click has been around since the inception of the PC, but very few games actually ever use this formula and tell a cohesive story. And the ones that do usually don't have much of a lasting impact because of how simplistic the game is. But in this video, I want to introduce you to a game that has not had the same sort of fanfare that most big titles would have. Its longevity cannot be denied, since it's still an ongoing title. But in this video, I wanted to introduce you to the world of Syberia. Contrary to its name, Syberia actually doesn't take place in Syberia. In fact, you play as a New York attorney, Kate Walker. Kate Walker is sent to handle the acquisition of a world-famous automaton factory in the European town called Valladolid. But as Kate's luck would have it, when she arrives, she happens to arrive on the funeral of the owner of the factory. Now, this would not be a problem genuinely, because legal proceedings already have them saying that they've come to acquire the factory, except that the owner of the factory left everything in her brother's name, Hans Vorarlberg. Now, this also should not be a problem, but the biggest issue is nobody knows where Hans Vorarlberg is. In fact, Hans Vorarlberg hasn't been seen in Valladolid for years. And so, instead of admitting defeat, Kate Walker sets off on a journey to try and do her utmost and above and beyond for her company, which will eventually set her off on a journey that she will never ever forget. In fact, the consequences of this entire situation will change Kate Walker's life forever. Welcome to the world of Syberia. Not to get too much into spoilers, but Syberia has 4 released games and still is ongoing till this day. And the developers have stated that Kate Walker's story has not officially ended. But to summarize all 3 games quite quickly, Kate eventually happens to find Hans Vorarlberg, signs over the acquisition, but instead of heading back to New York, he joins Hans Vorarlberg, because Hans Vorarlberg is looking for the mystical mammoths, which is somewhere in the Arctic lands known as Syberia. Now, Kate's journey with Hans takes a rather unexpected turn, and things go very sideways in their quest to find the mammoths. But through everything, Kate, Hans, and a very, very obnoxious mechanical automaton called Oscar, they set off into the icy wilds to find the mystical mammoths. And they do it. That mission is accomplished, which should be the end of it, right? Wrong. Kate's story continues, this time leaving Hans Vorarlberg behind, and instead of going with Hans, Kate stays behind for an unknown reason, and she finds a new purpose. Now, in this story, it does take a little bit of a twist because the entire game is you leading these people to their homeland only to kind of not make it. Not only do you not make it, the game ends quite abruptly. But not to get into any big spoilers, Kate helps the Yukols migrate across European lands, across borders, ships and containers to try and help them find their homeland. All of this seemingly to avoid going back home. Kate left everything behind, and that's sort of what makes this game quite endearing. Kate is just a normal person. She doesn't do or have any sort of special attributes that make her unique to everyone else. She's not superpowered, she's not smarter than other people, definitely not stronger, she's definitely not quick-tongued or smart-witted than anybody else. She's just a normal person. She has quite questionable motivations, in fact, irrational ones. But that's what makes it quite interesting to follow her story. You dive into her mental. You start thinking, why is she doing this? Wouldn't it be easier just to go back home? What is it that she's really running away from? Although yes, all of those questions are answered within the game and still not as satisfying as you might think, the game does something very unique. Outside of the standard point and click mechanics, the game puts you in different sort of situations. Although solving those situations you will find quite difficult, which is annoying to most gamers. I mean, the puzzles in the game are phenomenal. They're quite brilliantly done actually, but they're quite overly convoluted. Some puzzles took me days to figure out, and some actually were so simple I couldn't figure them out. It will frustrate you the way they've complicated most of these puzzles, and even the way they've built Kate as a character will frustrate you from time to time. I mean, Kate doesn't jump over fences or force doors open. No, you have to find keys to unlock. You don't break windows, you actually have to do things the right way. Although, yes, that is majority of games now, but in this instance, it is very, very frustrating, especially when you have authorities chasing you, looking to arrest you. But the real heart, the real spirit of Syberia lies within the characters. The characters are so well done, so brilliantly written. A lot of them are quite memorable. The game itself isn't the biggest blockbuster game you will ever play in your life, not even in the slightest, but what Syberia does is quite unique compared to most games. Syberia doesn't give you a power fantasy. It doesn't give you this ideal of right or wrong. In fact, it challenges your thinking. What Kate is doing technically is illegal, but what she has done is made a choice that if any of us, even now, was given, we would take it without hesitation. Syberia thrives off the mystery of the world. Although yes, the world is grounded and there is a lot of history and nothing too far-fetched to make you think that it's a fantasy, Syberia's world is incredible. Exploring it, learning about it, and even figuring things out as you go becomes part of the entire experience. Syberia has incredibly simplified gameplay, which makes it an incredibly good and easy game to pick up and play and come back to whenever. It might not have the biggest fan base, but Syberia has legs. This game has been going on over 10 years, and as far as the developers have said, the story is not finished. Syberia takes you on an incredible and pretty unique journey that not a lot of people have ever experienced before. Yes, it might not be the best hero journey ever, but it's quite a unique one. The places, the people you meet, the interactions you have, everything is done very, very well and very fitting to Kate Walker's story. And overall, Syberia stays true to what it truly is, a point-and-click puzzle game. And the fact that a genre like that can be this long-standing and ongoing, you have to give it its flowers. And you definitely have to say, wow, what a game.
Kate! You gotta go find that girl, alright?
I'm gonna find out who she was, just like I promised you.
Bravo. Clap! You should be ashamed!
There are more and more people like that brute.
Times are hard at the moment for people like us.
And the girl in the picture has given me a reason to go on. It might sound strange, but it's like some kind of calling.
Her name was Dana. Dana Rose.
Thanks to you, she's a part of me now.
The Allies need someone, and they think it should be you.
The world's gone crazy. Promise me you'll be very careful.
Everything seems to link the person I'm looking for with the Second World War and the rise of the Brown Shadow. Oscar, can you hear me?
Delighted to see you too. What I do understand is that you need to find her. Is that correct, Kate Walker?
Come on, Oscar.
You can run from your past, but never truly escape it. Don't you, Fräulein?
All you do is keep chasing castles in the sky.
Do you think I'm not mad at myself?
It's like they were someone else's memories.
Now I can tell you that secret I dared not speak about to anyone.